This game is the greatest invention known to man. Alright, I may be overreacting. Yeah, but the game is great, alright? The game is great. But what makes it great exactly? To answer that, let me take you on the journey that is LEGO Batman 2. To start off, the game introduced the concept of open world gaming for LEGO games for the first time, giving us a brand new map to explore to our heart's content. The map gives us 3 separate islands with different landmarks such as Bruce Wayne's mansion, the Joker's home turf, the zoo, Wayne Tower, and etc. The open world wasn't boring, however. There were puzzles, unlockables, vehicles you could unlock with the challenges, and characters you could unlock through boss fights scattered all around the city. And alright, so the open world was good for the time. What else? Well, what's great about it is the fact that the game preserved the ambiance and all-around vibe of the first game, while adding on to it with new characters that each have their very own abilities that tie in and become useful during the story. And I mean, come on now, we get to play as the Flash. I see that as an absolute win. Next up, I have to talk about the levels. These became drastically long compared to the older games. So long, they had to add checkpoints for crying out loud. But they didn't become boring. They still preserved that element of fun in each level you played, filled with puzzles, goofy cutscenes, and collectibles you could find in the game. And this brings us to the most polarizing thing in all of LEGO games. The first time they ever introduced voice acting in LEGO games. Some hate it, some love it, but in my opinion, it just made the narrative easier to understand and more fun in my opinion. Now, the customization was still primitive, but I mean, come on now, you could finally use the custom characters you made on a fully open world. I see that as a major dub all the way around. Now, let's move on to the really interesting aspect of the game, the story. The game starts off in Gotham, where Bruce Wayne and some bald guy from Metropolis compete for the Man of the Year award. Bruce Wayne gets elected, however, but just when he's about to receive the trophy, the stage goes dark, and the Joker appears on the screen, terrorizing the people of Gotham, making his grand reveal, ordering his goons to rob the people. Only one man could stop them now. One man and his amazing sidekick. Batman and Robin appear on the scene to kick some butt. He apprehends each one of the villains, but one was left. The Joker. He was making his escape, but Batman wasn't about to let him go. He chases him down to the abandoned amusement park. They're face to face once more. Mano a mano. The Joker later tries to destroy Batman, but nothing could break the Batwing. The Joker, furious and wondering where Batman gets all these unbreakable toys, gets caught and sent to the asylum. In the asylum, the Joker, furious, begins to hear voices. Voices promising him vengeance on Batman. The Joker, contemplating if it's just one of the voices in his head, gets stunned when he sees Lex Luthor, the bald guy from Metropolis, break him out using a weapon called the Deconstructor, a weapon able to deconstruct powerful black objects such as the Batmobile. Lex promises to hand the Joker the weapon if he could just make some laughing gas to hypnotize the people to vote for him in his presidential campaign. But the Deconstructor didn't work on AA batteries. They needed kryptonite to make it work. The only place they could make it was Ace Chemicals. Batman was now on their trail though, and he manages to get his hands on one of the batches of kryptonite. However, it was a trap, a decoy, a false batch used to track down Batman. Lex and Joker destroy the Batcave, and Batman and Robin nearly die. But Superman saves them from a terrible fate. The Dark Knight has to stop the Joker once and for all, so Batman and Superman track down Lex to their presidential campaign, where the Joker was releasing his toxin. Batman calls the Justice League, and they defeat the Joker and Lex together. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this masterpiece. Wait a minute. I already see you clicking off the video. Don't click off the video. I'm going to show the gameplay. Now, as you can see, this is the open world gameplay, and let's just look at a few factors here. One of them being the flight mechanics. Man, is this rough. It's not good. The flight mechanics are too primitive, or better yet, just too freaking difficult to just use. It's insanely difficult to fly around the city with this. Like, Look at the sensitivity. Now, it's not the same compared to the newer Lego games now, where the flight mechanics are really good. No, it's not the same. It's way more primitive. The camera's very slow. It's very hard to move around. That is a critique that I can be very honest of. But I can't just blame them on it. It was the first time that Lego games ever really tried to implement flying into their games. So for the first time, I can't, lie. It was a pretty good attempt. Alright, now, as you can see, we're running around with the Flash, we're doing all of this, and what I really love about the game is the fact that you could unlock certain characters between boss fights. At the park that we just went to, that park, I believe, was there's a boss fight in it with Brainiac, where you could defeat Brainiac and later get his character. That's something that I believe Lego Marvel Superheroes 1 didn't do. You could unlock the characters, yes, but they were through puzzles. They weren't through boss fights. So I just feel like they achieved more. Yeah, Lego Marvel Superheroes 1 has more characters, but dude, look at the facts. It was way more fun to collect the characters here than it was there. This world is a completionist, dream. Well, that's a little exaggeration right there. It's not the completionist dream. A completionist dream would be like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But still, it's a fun game. You can play through it. You can 100% the game, and it still won't be boring. It just won't, because there's many stuff to do. There's puzzles. There's boss fights. There's many things that this world offers. And this makes the world eventually much more alive. So I really like what they did there at the end of the day. And yeah, that's basically about it. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really love the support. And yeah, that's basically it. See ya.